I was in the Brookline bookstore in Boston the other day and I came across this book. It is called Sword Point by Ellen Kushner. I had not heard about it before, but one of the things that really drew my attention was that George R.R. Martin has like a little blurb on the front about it. And then it's also was kind of advertised as winning this like really kind of prestigious award. Also, on the back, Orson Scott Card has a little blurb as well. So this got me a little bit intrigued into who this author was and what this book was about, because these are like pretty high profile authors giving blurbs. This book was written in, I think, 1987. Yeah, it was written in 1987. And it says that basically, on the treacherous streets of Riverside, a man lives and dies by the sword. Even the nobles on the hill turn to duels to settle their disputes. Within this elite, dangerous world, Richard St. Vere is undisputed master, as skilled as he is ruthless, until a death by the sword is met with outrage instead of awe, and the city discovers that the line between hero and villain can be altered in the blink of an eye. I love fantasy. I love science fiction. This is fantasy. And I've been reading a bit more of like older fantasy, so less modern, more like 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s. Because I really love modern fantasy, but I do feel like oftentimes they can be very, very similar to each other. And I wanted to go back to when things were like fresh and new as far as the genre was concerned, because let's be real, like for a long time it was pretty much Tolkien doing fantasy, and that was the cornerstone. So I'm branching out more into like early fantasy books, and this one definitely grabbed my attention. I know that there are a few other books that are connected to this world, but aren't like, you don't have to read it in order to read like each one. That's what the lady at the checkout counter told me. One of the things that also really pushed me to start going back and looking at some of the older fantasy and science fiction was because I read Hyperion, which was life-changing and incredible. So I'm very excited to read this, and I will let you know what I think after I finish it.